Hey guys, good afternoon. So I want to jump right into this video topic, and the question is, why is it important to pray before you start a dance ministry? I thought I was going to be able just to speak off the cuff and speak from the heart, but it's such a broad question that I had to take notes and write down two main reasons and two focal points that I want to focus on for praise dance leaders who are starting a praise dance ministry. I wish I would have known this or had this mindset when I was starting back in the early 90s. But you grow and you live and you learn, so it's never too late. What I want to do is focus on the main word within this question, ministry. When it comes to ministry, ministry means service, so you have a responsibility. Your two responsibilities are: one, to God, and second is to others. Your first responsibility to God is you must check in with Him daily. You must pray, you must fast, you must study His Word. Those are the requirements of service to God when it comes to ministry. The reason why you want to do that is because you need to hear from Him just to get wisdom and revelation on how to do His assignment. Again, this isn't about you, so you have to change your mindset and your perspective. It goes beyond the choreography. It goes beyond selecting the popular praise songs. It goes beyond choosing the nice garments, and it also goes beyond dancing in front of the number of the church congregation during a Sunday service or a youth service or whatever the pastor has appointed you to do. This is God's show. It's not yours, okay? So your first responsibility when it comes to ministry is to God, and you must pray, you must fast, and you must study His Word. And this is for growth and just spiritual development on your part, so you can mature in God, so He can open up doors for you and just minister to you as you grow. Your second responsibility you have is service to others, okay? You are responsible for, one, the praise team, and you're also responsible for who you minister in front of, which is the audience. As far as your praise team, you must grow your praise team spiritually, mentally, and physically. Number one, spiritually, it is important as a leader, and people are going to disagree with me, but I don't care. As a leader, you have responsibility to teach your dance team the Word of God. It's not enough for you to choose a song and to do movement and then call it a day. You have a responsibility, so you are free to inbox me with your little comments. I'm passionate about this because a lot of times praise dance leaders don't take the time out to teach the song to their kids. The kids think they are doing a performance. I guarantee you, if you ask them what is praise dancing, what does it mean, they're not going to have any idea, and they're not going to know. I made that mistake, and it wasn't 2 years later, eons, like maybe 10 to 15 years later, that I had to develop a workbook, and I had to sit down and I had to teach kids how to open up the Bible, how to read scriptures, and explain to them how it relates to the songs. I got a couple of emails, not too many, those who had used the praise dance workbook, that it did wonders for the kids and it changed their mindsets. So as praise leaders, you have a responsibility to teach your kids the Word of God through movement. And it's easy, it's not hard. All you have to do is take out the time to do a 5 to 10 minute devotional and talk about, the goodness of God or whatever that topic devotion is. But get them in the habit of reading scriptures and talking about who God is and why it's important to, go through praise and worship. But I can understand why you don't do it if you don't do it yourself behind closed doors and have a habit of doing it on a daily basis. So again, it's controversial and a lot of leaders may disagree with me, but I believe it's important. As far as a ministry aspect, it's not about you. You have to go beyond the big picture in the presentation. You are ministering to others. So spiritually, you must grow your team. Mentally, you have to change the mindset of the team. It's not about performance. It is about ministry. Your kids or your dance team, whether it's children, teens, or adult, they are a worship vessel unto the Lord. So when they are doing movement, it's not about performing in front of an audience. You are a holy vessel in worship unto God. Okay, so you have to get out of that mind frame and thinking that you have a performance or you have a gig. You are a minister within movement. Your first duty belongs to God, and you are worshiping God through movement. Physically, as a dance leader, and this is why it's important to have a dance experience, not so much a dance background. If you have a dance background, then you're further ahead of the game. But if you have no dance experience, it's important that you take classes so you can experience body movement and you can teach your dance team what it's like to move within the presence of God and just go forth and worship, okay? So your responsibility is to your team, and you have to grow them spiritually, mentally, and physically. The second responsibility you have is to the congregation or the audience or whoever God has assigned you to minister to. A lot of times when you choreograph a dance, it's not about you. Please take yourself out of the equation, okay? When you are selecting a praise song, it's about worship and it's about the message. So when you're ministering to others, you have to be very sensitive in the spirit, because he may have you minister healing, deliverance, or just bringing a message of hope. So you must be sensitive and lay before God before you do any type of choreography or selections, okay? So as a messenger of deliverance, healing, and hope, and you're doing it through movement, you have to be prayerful. As a dance movement therapist, it took me 3 years in this program, and I learned the power of movement. I wish I could tell you some of the experience that I had. It's hard to put into words, but if you can just see it, it was just mind-blowing. The patients and the clients that I dealt with, just movement and having them go back and think about what they went through and how they were held in bondage. But when they began to move, the power of movement does a lot. It is freeing. And when I was dancing with them within dance movement therapy, they were able to be free of the demons that they were bounded by for so long. They were able to move around the room and just to be free and to speak positive affirmations to themselves, and was able to not be stuck in that place, but to have a new perspective and new insight through movement of what they can do and how to go on, and it changed their mindset. So don't sleep on this and think that movement is a small thing. Movement is powerful. It's 10 times or 10,000 times powerful when it's anointed and God blows his breath in it and he directs you to minister to people. Okay, so that's my soapbox. So again, ministry, it's about serving others. And 1, you are serving God. 2, you are serving others. You are serving God through prayer, fasting, and studying the word. 2, you are serving others by serving your dance team, and you must grow them spiritually, mentally, and physically. And B, you are ministering to the audience. You must be sensitive to your assignment. God may have you do a piece of healing, a piece of deliverance, or a piece of hope. So it's very important that you stay prayerful before the throne of God. Thank you, and stay tuned to the next message. I hope this is helpful. Be blessed and have a good day.